These Tongan Marines are building personal alliances here in Hawaii to protect the future of the South Pacific. Lieutenant Felice Ciali leads the platoon.
It's really important because we don't have this kind of training environment back at home. So this is very complex for us to operate, especially my platoon.
The tiny island kingdom sent 10% of its entire military to the rim of the Pacific naval exercises. On the way, they spent 2 weeks in Australia to overcome differences in equipment, language, and culture.
With 26 different countries represented here at this naval exercise, you can imagine the kinds of communication problems that can present themselves. But one thing that's interesting is that there actually are very few translators. In fact, the way they mostly communicate is either through hand signals or through leadership that can also speak English.
The boys start to have a deeper understanding of their cultures, especially and also their languages and how to make friends to them.
Every time we talk to another nation, it's like, does anyone speak English?
Lance Corporal Michael Price says it's a trial run for teamwork under fire.
When we do it together, we can understand how each other work. So if we need to work in the future real time, then that prevents hiccups and just makes it smooth, makes it work well.
Tonga and other South Pacific nations are now at the heart of the U.S.-China strategic competition in the Indo-Pacific. Since May, the region has hosted Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong, and U.S. Special Envoy Joseph Yun. And last week, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke remotely at the Pacific Islands Forum.
The United States will launch the process to establish 2 new embassies in the region, one in Tonga, one in Kiribati.
The game is on in the Pacific.
Satu Lemay is the vice president of the East-West Center think tank.
The Vice President Harris initiatives are really terrific in terms of U.S. role and U.S. engagement. But, you know, they are contingent on congressional authorization.
It's past time for us to pick up our game, and I think we are.
Randy Shriver, former Assistant Secretary of Defense for Indo-Pacific Security, says renewed U.S. engagement is already translating into action. Just days ago, a key leader in the Pacific Islands openly criticized Beijing for its failed attempt to sign the region to a security agreement.
So it's really strong evidence that China is overstepping here and trying to shape the region in ways that are really uncomfortable for our Pacific Island friends.
We gotta get lined up. They want a photo.
Which is why, he says, that the relationships formed here at the rim of the Pacific naval exercises are so important.